Okay, so now what I want to start doing is rigging this. And I got a skeleton in here. I'm going to put on the X-ray skeleton button. I'm not going to really rig up the cape in this case here. I'm just going to hide that so you don't have to look at it. Okay. And let's start with something simple. I'm just going to grab this arm. Actually, if I grab the arm and I'm just going to move this over here. If I grab this arm and I'm going to bind it, I'm going to switch from polygons up to animation. And skin, bind skin, smooth bind. Boop. Okay. What I want to do is bind to selected joints. And I want this on interactive. I usually like my maximum influences set to 3. In this case, I'm dealing with the arm. I'm going to put it to drop off rate of 10. Actually, one other thing I do notice before I even get into this is that I can go in here and I'm just going to grab this edge. And let's do edge ring and split. Just need some more geometry on this thing. And I'm just doing the simple ones. I'm not placing them exactly where I want them. And I should probably do the same thing over here to this one too. It should be the same. So if I go in here and I hit this and I hit G, I think I put one there and there. Good. Okay. That'll just be easier to wait too. And what I'm going to do, select this, select that joint, select this joint. There actually is a third joint in here for the forearm. I can't actually see it. This is a rig that gets perfectly into UDK. I'm using this to kind of line up with. It's not perfect by any means, but yeah, it's just the example because this is part of a student tutorial where I'm getting people to get their characters into UDK. And I don't know UDK, so this is what I do. So I show them roughly how to do it. Left arm, and there's the clavicle. There's something else I missed.
Why is that not selecting the other ones?
So if I select this joint here, I suspect its sibling would be there, and there's the arm roll. Yeah. There's actually a shoulder roll too, but anyway, I got those, and I'm going to get that piece of geometry. Smooth bind options, I'm going to hit bind skin. And if I'm thinking about it, I could probably grab this one, this, and this at the same time. And I think that one's right there. Boop. And I'm going to bind that as well, so I can just hit G. Okay, I can go in and start to weight this. You know, you can use the paint weights on this if you want to. So if I go into, where the hell am I? Skin, edit smooth skin. If I go in here to the paint skin weights tool. Now, currently, the paint skin weights tool, everything's black and white. I don't like this. I like the color ramp. Okay, and then you can see the different joints that I've got selected here. The arm roll would probably be this area down here, which you can hardly see. And also, too, this rig, what is it's got animation on it, right? So you can kind of test out your animation on it. I think this one comes into, like, what is it? There's 200 frames, and I think it bends the elbow around frame 130, so I can check that out. They're very nice. Okay, that sucks. I'm just going to go in here, and I've got, I always say use add. Add is your best friend when you're doing this. And I'm just going to do this for now. We won't worry too much about the arm roll because I don't think anyone's going to notice on this cartoony character. And, whoop, make it big. Okay, and let's just get this. Okay, let's hit F. And there we go. Actually, let's skip ahead a song. And there you can kind of see what's going on, and I can go in here and paint these things in place. There's also this other evil thing called smooth, and just make sure that if you're going to use smooth, that you save first. Okay, save before you use smooth. It is the devil. That's where I seem to notice the most crashes occur. And I'm just going to switch here to left arm. Maybe I add this in a bit. Add. I'm just going to turn down my opacity so it adds in just a little bit. I can make my brush a bit smaller, and I'm just painting over vertices. Okay. So that there seems to be working. Let's see what happens when I hit smooth. Crank that up. Smooth seems to like to make it come back a little bit too much. But, yeah. And what about this? That smooths it out. So this is the first video, and I'm going to show you in the second video a little bit of another way to do this, because I prefer. Okay, but I can go in, get this. If I want to take it back here, there we go. Take back some of the weight to another joint. You just go and select the other joint and take it back, and you'll see that has left this one over here. Okay, and I'm going to say that's good enough for now. Nothing special. What time are we at? 5 minutes. Okay, good. And so I go back to this pose. If I select this one and then this one, if I go over here to skin, edit smooth skin, and I hold down, or I don't have to hold down anything. I just go here to mirror skin weights, YZ, boink. And now this one over here is going to have the same weighting as the other one. Okay. I go in, I select them, and that looks like pretty much the same deformation I'm getting over here. Done. Okay. Whoop. And anything else I want to do here? So that's the first rigging one or weighting one. Let's see. Let's do some other tricks just for the hell of it. Let's take the head. I'm going to grab that one and that joint right there. Okay, and maybe this one as well. And I'll go in, skin, bind skin, smooth bind. Same options I had before, drop off rate of 10. Okay. And now if I was to test this out, if I go up and if I grab this joint here, and let's just go to the joint just below it. So there's my head joint. That's what my head joint is doing. Not much. Okay, not really working very well. And if I went up this one here, I'm just hitting the arrow keys on my keyboard. Okay. Batman, I got beat up. Anyway, if I take this and I go back to the paint skin weights tool, there's head. A little trick I can do here. I'm just going to isolate this so it's easier to look at. Okay, a little trick I can do is if I decided that I want to paint all these vertices, but sometimes they're getting little nooks and crannies and they get hard to paint. If I go in and I grab all of the vertices, okay, and I'm just going to shrink that selection so I don't have all of them here. Okay, I've got everything except for that little ring right there. And I go back here to the paint skin weights tool. If I have add on and I have it on 100%, I can hit flood and it gets them all in one sweep. Okay, and then I can go over here to smooth, and I can smooth these in a bit. Oh, they're not selected. Okay, so I can't affect them, so maybe I'll go back here and go to select the whole object. Whoop.
Come on.
Okay, let's go in here to the neck. And smooth, why isn't smooth working very well? Okay, let's just deselect it, select it again, grab this, and when I have this on, I have smooth on. Okay, smooth isn't doing me any favors right now. Head. Okay, it's blending in. Okay, nothing special. Okay. And here I'm just going to put this back to add, get that in there so it's all solid. Actually, maybe underneath the neck here, I could make that a bit smoother in reality here. And it does not like me when I try to do this. Actually, it was there a moment ago. Okay, weird. Anyway, there you have it. Whole head becomes solid. So that's a little trick I can do. Okay, you can grab selected vertices, and you can also hit like smooth if you thought about it. So, whoop. And also too, like things like the mask, it's pretty obvious that if you take the mask and you grab that one joint right there, you do skin, bind skin, and you just have to bind it to one joint. You don't have to think about it. Same thing with the hair. Grab that joint. I just hit G, repeat the last tool command. And if I go down here, the belt buckle, no, we'll do that in the next video. Anything else? Maybe here one last piece here is just selecting the glove, grabbing this forearm here, the elbow, and then all these stinking joints underneath it. I'm just going to go into Window, Hypergraph, and what have I got? When I'm doing the hand, just expand all, whoop, grab all those little finger joints. We'll smack them with a big book. There we go. There we go. What the hell does that mean? Anyway, I grab all these things, and if I go into skin, smooth bind, and I've got 3 as my maximum drop-off rate of 10, it's all the same stuff. And I can go in and kind of check and see what my fingers are doing here. Grab the rotate tool. And that's pretty good. Okay. Nothing special, but it's pretty good. And I'll do some more weighting into the fingers afterwards. I think I'll show the next video.